Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez became an overnight household name in the world of politics, instantly becoming the media's new Democratic darling after defeating longtime New York Congressman Joe Crowley. But there's another non-traditional candidate running for Congress you may not have heard of. She's a millennial, and she's a Republican running in liberal California. In fact, she is the youngest candidate for Congress in the country. Joining us right now, he is candidate for Congress in California's 53rd District, Morgan Murtaugh. Morgan, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing okay, and you're 26 years old. And there have been a lot of people have actually compared you to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, haven't they?
Exactly, because I'm a second-generation American. My family came here from Mexico 50 years ago. I'm a young woman running for Congress, the youngest woman running for Congress, but I don't fit the leftist narrative of because I'm all of these things, I must be a victim and I must be saved by the Democrat Party. So that's why I haven't been getting as much attention as our dear friend Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Then again, you're a conservative and she's a socialist.
Exactly. And unlike my socialist counterpart in New York, I'm not going to demand that you give me half your paycheck, but I am going to politely ask that if anyone out there is watching can donate. I would appreciate it very much.
Sure. Well, you're actually working for the money you make, and you came up with a novel idea because these days, you know, if somebody is at home and they hear a on the door, half the time they don't open it up. So what did you do? Who did you sign on with so that you could actually get people to open the door and you could make your campaign pitch?
Yeah, it's funny because I was struggling to pay my bills and to run for Congress because, as a lot of you may know, it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
And so I started delivering food via Postmates and using that as a way to meet voters and to make money on the side. And it's been working extremely well. I delivered food to a sorority house the other day, and they're going to have me speak to their chapter.
Well, there you go. I read that, did you deliver a vape pen to somebody as part of your duty?
Yeah, one guy ordered a vape pen via Postmates, and I delivered him a vape pen, and he thought it was the coolest thing in the world that his future congresswoman just delivered him a vape pen and asked for his vote.
Well, there you go. But there is a downside. I understand some people have complained to Postmates that a Republican is delivering food and whatnot. But these aren't actual people who you've delivered to. These are just people who just don't like you.
They're just the trolls on the internet, but what can you expect from the trolls on the internet? Whenever you're a Republican and you're doing something creative, they're just upset that they didn't think of it first.
Yeah. Morgan, why are you a conservative at 26 years old?
Well, I'm a conservative, plain and simple, because I believe in individual liberty and equal opportunity for all, and I believe that that's what the Republican Party platform really entails. And I'm very concerned for my future generation of millennials for siding with socialism over capitalism, and I hope to be a voice to show them that that's not the way. But
you know how it works, Morgan. If people your age, they love the idea of free stuff.
They love the idea of free stuff until they realize and look at their paychecks and realize that they're the ones paying for it in their paychecks. And I think that a lot of millennials don't really understand what socialism means until they get into the workforce and they get those higher paying jobs and they start seeing firsthand what's happening. And I think that being a voice of reason and talking to them and just having these conversations is really what's opening their eyes.
Well, you never know when you order something from Postmates out in California. Morgan Murtaugh, who's running for Congress, might actually be the one knocking on the door. Morgan, thank you very much for joining us live.